But let's start with Everton's search for Carlo Ancelotti's replacement. Now, the Italian's departure to Real Madrid was only confirmed yesterday, but it seems Everton want to move quickly in appointing his successor. Let's go live to Vinny O'Connor at Everton's training ground. Vinny, we know Nuno Espirito Santo is one of the front runners, but are they going to face competition for him with Crystal Palace in talks with the former Wolves boss?
Well, that's right. We understand Nuno Espirito Santo is still over in Portugal at the moment. That's after having held talks with Crystal Palace. But as you say, Everton wanting to move swiftly to appoint a new manager as well. Carlo Ancelotti, we know, had talked about transfer strategy with the powers that be here at Everton, and he had already identified that he wanted to bring in a right back, he wanted to bring in a winger as well. But effectively, transfer business is on hold until Everton find a successor to Carlo Ancelotti. So why is Nuno Espirito Santo under consideration? Well, our understanding at the moment is that Farhad Moshiri's been impressed with the job that he did at Wolves. He believes he's someone who can come in, work with the current squad, but also shape it as well into a squad that will be challenging for the major honours in the game. As I said, Nuno Espirito Santo still over in Portugal after those talks with Crystal Palace. But our understanding is that Everton could well open talks. In fact, we understand that Everton will open talks with Nuno Espirito Santo later today as well. Now, as for other potential candidates, well, not surprisingly, they're again being linked with David Moyes. He was so close to getting the job when Carlo Ancelotti took over. He still has a family home up at Lytham St Anne's as well, not too far away from where I'm stood at the moment at Everton's Finch Farm training ground. He had 11 successful years, of course, the high point, a fourth place finish in the Premier League. And he's had success, hasn't he, in the past season at West Ham as well. That effectively triggered the 12-month extension to his initial 18th-month deal with West Ham, and negotiations well advanced over a new 3-year deal for David Moyes as well, which might make that a little bit tricky for Everton to get him if they were to turn their attention in that direction and perhaps overlook Nuno Espirito Santo. But as I say, as things stand at the minute, we know things can change very quickly at the minute. While Nuno Espirito Santo and David Moyes are at the top of that short list of candidates, it's Nuno Espirito Santo who will open talks with Everton over possibly succeeding Carlo Ancelotti later today.
And Vinny, you have been speaking to the fans as well today. Who do they want?
Well, Evertonians have got a bit of romance about them. They all obviously know the history of the football club as well, and that points to an Evertonian appointment. The reason being that the managers that have had success at Everton and delivered trophies are those who have played for the club as well. So, in that respect, one name that kept getting mentioned by Evertonians earlier today was, of course, Duncan Ferguson, another name, and going back again to the 1995 Cup final as well. David Unsworth, of course, and both Duncan Ferguson and David Unsworth well versed in the current setup here at Finch Farm as well. But I think the major overriding feeling amongst Evertonians today, when we spoke to them a little bit earlier on, was major disappointment and frustration that Carlo Ancelotti will not continue the rebuilding job that he started 18 months ago.
They're gutted. He just, all the promises, want to be there for the new stadium, and then boom. But I suppose you can't blame him, the Lord of Real Madrid.
Roberto Martinez linked with a move back here, obviously has already had a spell here. Record points total, but it didn't quite happen for him after that.
No, I know, yeah. I thought, so if you come back a second time, it doesn't really work. But we'll see. We just have to wait and see, don't we?
The other one that's been mentioned has been Rafa Benitez. Jamie Carragher has been calling for Rafa Benitez.
Yeah, I disagree with Jamie on that one. Don't think it's the right person for us. And what he did at Wolves, yeah, I think that's a really, really good idea. But I just think for us at this moment in time, we need someone to shore the club up, and that would be an Evertonian. So someone from the back team.
For me, someone like Dad said, who's already at the club, perhaps Duncan Ferguson or David Unsworth, who both of them have already had experience at Goodison in the past and have been successful with Everton.
And are you going to make it a full house? Do you agree with both your dad and your brother? Yeah. So an Evertonian appointment would be popular amongst the Evertonians. Would David Moyes fall into that category? Well, as I said, he had 11 great years here at Everton and changed them into a team that was constantly challenging for European football as well. But at the moment, at the top of the list, it seems, is a non-Evertonian in Nuno Espirito Santo. And as I said earlier, our understanding is that Everton will open talks with him later today.